take note of the clown standing behind the man. But he doesn't notice at all. He's still immersed in the sadness of his phone call. Suddenly, the clown taps his shoulder. The bald man swiftly turns around. Startled, he asks what the clown wants. Even after speaking, his inner sadness remains evident. He continues crying. Unbelievably, the clown also kneels down and starts crying like him. The bald man assumes it's a well-meaning stranger. He tries to cheer him up. Little does he know, in the next second, the clown covers his mouth, staring at him eerily. Then, the clown takes out a rope and loops it around the man's neck. The man still believes it's a prank by a stranger. He doesn't take it seriously. The clown then tightens his own tie. Instantly, the man's neck is constricted. The pain leaves him struggling for breath. The more the clown pulls, the tighter it gets. Sweat drips from the man's forehead. The clown escalates the situation. The man is lifted into the air. Despite his struggles, he can't escape the clown's grip. Eventually, he succumbs to the clown's deadly grasp. That's how he was strangled to death. This is the latest thriller horror film of 2023, Deadly Clown. Boys, please watch it with your boyfriends. Girls, please save it for yourself. Watch it while having a midnight snack. Soon at the man's funeral, both his daughters, the older and younger one, arrive. The two sisters have different fathers. Their relationship has always been strained. That night, the father called the older daughter and asked her to spend more time with her sister. The older daughter is introverted, with no friends. On the contrary, the younger daughter has many friends. Some of them also came to express their condolences. The older daughter steps aside to make a phone call. When she turns her head, she sees a clown standing in front of her father's grave. The clown starts dancing oddly, but when she looks again, the clown is gone. She doesn't think much of it and leaves. Little does she know, the clown hadn't left. He hides behind a tree, staring intently at her. And that's when it happens. The cemetery staff came over to remind the clown to leave quickly. The cemetery is about to close. He ignored them. The clown got angry. Sitting in a chair with his legs crossed, the administrator got angry. He went up to scold the clown, and called the bald guy nearby to help. But when they turned around, the clown disappeared. They thought they were seeing things. They quickly lit a cigarette to calm down. But when they turned around again, the clown was standing behind them. He angrily took off his hat. But the next second, he fell to the ground and hit his head on a stone. The bald guy rushed over to check on him. He found that the clown's shoelaces were tied together. The clown came over and grabbed the administrator by the hair, and he was already dead. The bald guy quickly called the police. But as he tried to speak, he felt his throat being blocked. The clown kindly came over and patted his back. The bald guy sprayed blood from his mouth and then spat out an apple. And he died too. It seems you shouldn't mess with the clown. Night falls quickly. The eldest daughter arrives at a bar. The younger sister has been waiting for her. She takes out an envelope with a photo of her and their father. Their father passed away, and now they are each other's only family. The younger sister talks about their father's wish, which is for them to live together like a family. But the eldest daughter is introverted. The two sisters argue after a few words. The conversation ends unhappily. The eldest daughter leaves the bar and finds a clown standing in front of her. She doesn't want to pay any attention. But the clown blocks her way, wanting to play a game of poker with her. Reluctantly, the eldest daughter plays a game with him and then turns to leave. But the persistent clown follows her. Angry, the eldest daughter tries to push him away. The clown didn't budge, and he sent him flying. A bottle of wine, $9.99, fell to the ground. The clown picked up a piece of broken glass and cut his throat. Blood gushed out like a fountain, and he fell to the ground. The terrified eldest daughter couldn't believe what just happened. The clown suddenly stood up again. Was this some sort of ghost? She quickly ran away and soon found herself in a convenience store. She told the cashier about her encounter. The cashier didn't believe her at all, but still helped her call the police. The eldest daughter went to the restroom to clean the blood off her face. When she came out, 2 policemen had arrived at the convenience store. The eldest daughter told them about the strange clown. But such a bizarre story. The 2 policemen didn't believe her at all. Just then, the clown had quietly approached behind the police and reached out his hand to greet the eldest daughter. Seeing this situation, the 2 policemen asked the clown to remove his mask. No playing tricks here. Nobody knew what the clown would do next. He suddenly appeared behind the eldest daughter. This persistence was terrifying. Anyone would be afraid. The policemen were getting angry and tried to stop him, but the clown took out a pair of handcuffs from his chest and handcuffed himself in front of the police. Did they think he would give up that easily? He waved his hand, and the handcuffs disappeared. The policemen felt they were being played. Just as they were about to arrest him, unexpectedly, the handcuffs actually handcuffed themselves and their colleague. The clown quickly took off his hat and removed the head of one of the policemen. His partner screamed in horror. Supermarket employees witnessed this scene and ran away without looking back. The eldest daughter wanted to run, but slipped and fell. Even more bizarre, the clown danced with the headless police officer in his arms. Companions couldn't handle it. A bullet was fired. But the Joker caught it barehanded. It truly was a remarkable sight. The eldest daughter witnessed the bullet having no effect on him. He completely disregarded the safety of the police. She was scared and ran out of the supermarket. There were several loud noises inside the supermarket. You can only imagine how horribly it turned out for Little Black. On the other side of the story, the youngest daughter and her handsome friend were playing in the horror city, but he noticed their father standing not too far away. He immediately walked towards him. Meanwhile, on the friend's side, the Joker sat across from him. Picked up a cup, preparing to perform magic for him. He didn't suspect anything. Thought it was just a prank by an ordinary person. But when the Joker uncovered the cup, inside were the handsome friend's teeth. You can imagine how painful that must have been. Soon the Joker uncovered another cup. And it turned out to be the handsome friend's eyes. This was too cruel. Another friend noticed and hurriedly called out to the eldest daughter, but the Joker had already approached her from behind. With a crook of his cane, her leg was broken. Another friend saw and tried to call for the eldest daughter to run. But the Joker turned around, and she couldn't speak anymore. The youngest daughter kept pleading for the Joker to spare them. Who exactly is this Joker? The eldest daughter on the other side could no longer run. She took out her phone to call her mom. But the Joker appeared in front of her again, imitating her mother's voice and making strange movements. He even pulled out that photo from his chest. At this point, everyone should understand that the so-called Joker is not a real person, but rather the daughter's inner demon. He went to the bridge to meet his father. The father continued to nag at him as before. The older daughter always thought that their father loved the younger daughter more, but in the father's heart, he loved both children equally. Only by overcoming the inner demon can they escape from the darkness. The older daughter ultimately killed the Joker, her inner demon, with her own hands. The scene shifts, and the younger daughter appears at their father's funeral. In reality, it's all her imagination. Her father was taken away by illness. She promises her father at the graveside to get along harmoniously with her sister. Then she goes to a bar and finds her sister. And so, the movie ends.